Well, I got some CBD oil out here, and Gold Digger's sniffing the hell out of it. I just put her here just on fear of throwing her in the video, but I got a couple bottles of it. One's like the regular. It's what it is. It's cannabis oil that's legal in all 50 states because, boy, is she freaking loving that stuff. Man, first time I didn't give her any of it. It's probably just some right around where the threads are by the eyedropper. Man, she freaking likes it. But there's no psychotropic THC in it at all. None. That's why it's 50 state legal. Now, I want to say something also about, the marijuana hemp extract. First off, if you want to think I'm a advocate for it because I smoke marijuana, never have. Never done anything like that. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink any kind of alcoholic beverages, including wine or beer. And I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm pretty much all into health all the way. Never done any kind of marijuana stuff or anything at all, but I decided to get this hemp extract. This supposedly has a lot of benefits, even though it doesn't have the THC in it. And it's legal in all 50 states because it doesn't have the THC in it. Now, some people argue that the THC is really what freaking makes it more healing, Now, I just want to say this. Back in 1937, I think it was they passed the Marijuana Tax Stamp Act, which basically was designed to really make it difficult to use marijuana for medicine. And one of the entities out there that really was against it was the American Medical Association, because the American Medical Association, for many decades prior, virtually all their medicines contained some amount of cannabis. And don't tell me it didn't work, They made it illegal, and if you want to look at what the deal was, it was like they developed machinery to separate the hemp fibers from the plant a lot faster, so that would compete with, DuPont's nylon product. It would also compete with established paper pulp mill investments in wood, in trees, in lumber. And so hemp could grow much faster. Even today, if you grow hemp for fuel, they call it hempoline, it'll produce 10 times the amount of hempoline, which is gasoline, than corn will. And you don't have to use any kind of pesticides or herbicides. And it doesn't deplete the soils. It's like, it just grows really fast. Like 4 months, you got like 10-foot stalks. That's actually hemp, though. That's industrial hemp. But even that stuff is like, most states you can't grow it. In the states that you can, it's like highly regulated. Now, this is actually from the, the marijuana cannabis, plant, but the part of it that doesn't have the THC. But it has a lot of benefits. One of them I heard it works the best for is like people with epilepsy and Parkinson's. Even though the THC maybe is more effective, at least this is 50 state legal. You can. I ordered this on Amazon. I got 2 bottles. And I have not I never gave my cat any of it. There's probably a slight amount of it, like on the threads here or something. But boy, she's freaking loving it. This is like an impromptu video, so I didn't think this cat was going to even react to this thing. I was just going to throw her in here. She's like my little video assistant. Besides, she always wants attention. She's driving me nuts, man. She's grabbing my chair and everything else, man. Anyway, typical female, man. You got to own everything. But if you ever have to pay her cat alimony, it's going to be, 50 cans of cat food a month. So it's not going to be, she ain't going to be too expensive. I'm just kidding. Anyway, but the deal is with this stuff, it's got, it's almost like it's too good to be true. And maybe some of the things they talk about maybe are exaggerated, but I have heard that it does. I've seen and also heard, and you can also look up on YouTube, where even the CBD oil works great on Parkinson's or anybody with epilepsy, any kind of like nervous disorders. And that also makes me think, the claims about anxiety and depression are valid claims too. So, and sleep issues. Now, I took this stuff a few times. What you do is you take the dropper and you don't like swallow the liquid. You put the drops under the tongue, and you take it sublingually, which gets into the bloodstream. That's how you take it. I'm a guy. Oh, this was leaking a little bit. I don't know why she's freaking out on it. Anyway, Get that up there. What the hell's that leaking? It shouldn't be leaking. Maybe she bit the damn freaking bulb on there. Yo-yo. But, God, well, she sleeps right there anyway. She's going to have a little bit of it. But, you know, why she's going off on the damn stuff. But, the thing is, for sleep issues, I heard it works pretty good. Now, my testimony is this. Now, I don't like exaggerating nothing. To tell you the truth, you know, like I've been taking the carbon C60 oil, this stuff. I took like a bottle of this every day for the last 7 days. I honestly can't tell the difference, but honestly, you know what? Maybe it is doing something tremendously. But a lot of people said, you know, if you take, this is unrelated to that, but you know, a lot of testimonies are out there. I feel great when I take this, and well, I take a lot of vitamins and minerals, so maybe that's why I don't feel nothing, right? But the hemp oil is pretty subjective. Like I say, when I took that stuff, even though it's got no THC in it, no psychoactive ingredients, that's why it's legal in 50 states, it made me feel more mellow. I don't know what the reality way to say it is. It's relaxed and mellow, but it's got no THC in it, so whatever the hell it's got in there, it seems to do something. So I think it does work for, you know, people that might have anxiety, depression, or epilepsy, or Parkinson's, or any type of nervous system disorders. And boy, I guess, you know what, if they deregulate anybody being able to grow marijuana anywhere, because, you know, in my opinion, it's like this. You know, ordinary gasoline you pump in your car, you can abuse that. I mean, somebody wants to sniff it or something like that, or paint thinner, or any kind of solvents, or any type of adhesives. You know, you can abuse that too. But you know, anybody can buy them in the stores, right? The hemp plant is really pretty damn mild. It's not, you know, even the stuff with the THC in it is mild, unless you concentrate the THC a lot or something. Maybe you make some special concentration. It's pretty mild stuff. So, you know, in my opinion, you ought to deregulate the hell out of it and clobber the heck out of Big Pharma. Because one industry probably you would really knock out is the psychiatry industry. Because if this really works to relax people, and you know, sometimes, I guess if they were in this catastrophic accident, you know, and they can't sleep or something like that, I mean, sometimes maybe you need something to help you sleep, right? Because there's these memories of this catastrophic thing that happened to you. Why not be able to take the hemp oil? Now, this is the 50 state legal stuff, which is effective, but why not even just be able to grow this stuff yourself and, you know, make your own oil, right? That's the way I look at it. Like I said, I never smoked any marijuana. I don't freaking drink any alcohol. I don't even smoke cigarettes. And I don't go out to bars. I don't go freaking doing all that stupid stuff, you know? But, you know, I'm an advocate. It's like, God, I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, you could take an ordinary campfire and inhale the, you know, the smoke from the campfire and get bad tar in your lungs because you're downwind from the campfire. And that could be bad for you too, for crying out loud. I mean, everything is, you know, it's the end user that makes it safe or not safe, right? I mean, when you're pumping gas in your car, that's pretty, you know, you got fumes coming up there and you're breathing. This stuff is like nothing, you know? I just don't know why this started leaking like this, but it's on there tight. But she bit it. She might have bit that thing, man. Did you bite that, you little goofball? But it does seem to do something. It's like very mild. It's like I can't really say it's something dramatic, so maybe it's my imagination too. That's another thing. But I'm not the type of, she probably bit it. Did you bite that, you little goofball? This stuff ain't cheap, man. I think it's like $95 of one of these little bottles. So she's licking this stuff. Oh, that's good. At least it ain't going to waste. Right? Now you're going to get along with my boys better? You start running around with them, be a nice... I should take one of the male cats. She's getting along with my boy cats here a lot better, but she still doesn't like hang out with them or curl up with them or something like that. I can get them within a foot of her and no snarling or nothing. Now I'm thinking maybe I should get one of the boy cats and stick her over here by her and see what happens. You gonna be all relaxed now, little girl? This was totally unintentional. I did not intend to give her any of this stuff, and I don't know why this bottle's leaking, because I think she bit it. I just kind of put her out here to figure, you know, as a talking point. But this thing's leaking a little bit. You goofball. Well, obviously the cat likes it, so if the cat likes it, probably you'll like it too. It's not that cheap, and that's the thing. And I think I got a 10% discount because I bought 2 bottles. Still, it was like almost $200. And they say the next bottle's free or some garbage to make a claim, whatever. So I'll get a free bottle. But on the other side of it is you don't need a lot of this stuff. I mean, I don't know, 20 drops or something is like a dose. So I mean, that bottle's gonna last a long time, right? Anyway, Gold Digger, boy, you freaking sure stepped in poop when you freaking came in this house. You got a maid. Look at her fur. It's all freaking... She doesn't even have any dots on it anymore. I got the... what the hell's that pyramid? I got the Shungite pyramid around here someplace. Hiding under here. Where the hell is it? It's around here somewhere. But... This cat has got it made, man. And here it is. It moved up there. I always keep that around her. Gives her energies. You're getting bombarded with everything. I should get that little black kitten around in here sometime, one times if I ever find her. Maybe give her some of this stuff. I'm afraid to, because figure Mama knows best. But anyway, I don't want to mess too much with that little cat. But you know, I'm afraid to do anything like that. This is very unintentional, giving her that stuff. I was not going to give her any of it, but I think she bit this thing or something. Or somehow it's not on there, screwed on there correctly. So, this one ain't leaking. Maybe it is. These things are stupid, man. What the hell kind of... Well, she's got a nice freaking dose of it right there. So she's going to be nice and calm. Boy, Mr. Mellow Cat, Miss Mellow Cat. But anyway, the cool thing about this is if you got sleep issues or... You know, say you're thinking about starting one of these psychotropic drugs that they freaking are legal, but you got to get through the freaking medical MD. Don't do that. Try this stuff instead. See if it works for you. It's probably, because I don't think anything, you know, this stuff is not, it's legal, like I said, it's legal in all 50 states because it's got no THC, but it's still got a lot of beneficial properties to it. So, right, girl? Got hemp oil, Shungite pyramid, and you're freaking doing well, baby. Spoiled beyond spoiled. Alright? Look at her little tail. Wagging around. Every time when you wag your tail, you rarely wag your tail. She rarely wags her tail, but that means I'm happy. Anyway. Freaking boy, that was totally accidental, so don't go giving me crap about giving her this stuff. But I doubt it's not harmful. It's like I said, it's got no THC in it. But now I'm curious. I'm going to get one of my boy cats and bring them in here and see if she gets along with them. You know, so see what happens. And if I'll tell you what, if that works out, this stuff is definitely worth it right there. Maybe, you know what, I just started thinking about, how about, you know, they got this calming stuff for cats when you take them to the vet. You ever take your cat to the vet in a what do you call it, the cage, and they're like freaking, right? You didn't do it so much. Goldie did. Goldie was crying his ass off. And so was he Putin. But I wonder if you give him some of this, that would help calm him down. Like I said, it's got no psychotropic agent in there or nothing. So, you know, I mean, that's why it's legal everywhere. This is sold on Amazon. It's just CBD oil. It's an extract from the plant that doesn't contain any of the THC, but still, and like I said, you know, even when the American Medical Association back in 1937 complained about, you know, taxing the crap out of this stuff and making it illegal and all this garbage, basically, they were using this in their medicines from the 1800s all the way up in the 1930s. Then in 1940s in World War II, it was like hemp for the war effort, you know, which was industrial hemp, right? And today, well, you know what it is. It really is a big racket. It's a medical racket. It's a nylon industry racket. It's the, what do you call it? Even the fuel racket, fuel industry, because you can make hempoline out of this stuff, out of industrial hemp. This plant can do so much. It's ridiculous, even without the THC part in it. Even without the THC. Now, the THC topically is supposed to work really good on skin cancer and stuff too. You know, so it's a conspiracy, man. And, you know, that's one thing that kind of burns me up about law enforcement sometimes, because, you know, I'm wise enough to know, and I've known this for many decades, the military and law enforcement are the strong arm, whether they know it or not, of the big money power. No matter what racket it is. I swear to God, man, I was very much aware of this, I mean, since the late 70s. It's just strong, you know, people in those endeavors don't really realize it, and then after a while they realize it and go, well, what can I do about it? I got to retire, you know, got to go along with it. So, but this is legal everywhere. So, you know, because it's got no THC in it, but you could see, you know, it's probably better than catnip. So anyway, okay, girl, enough of you. But I'd advise getting it, because you could maybe, you know, maybe the best testimony is how the cat kind of really, you know, coddled up to it, you know, versus what I said, because I think I did feel like slightly more mellow. I don't know if you, but that's very subjective. But then, you know, knowing how this one really went and said, ooh, I could imagine it's, you know, she's probably the best testimony, because I can't tell her what to do. You know, this was all impromptu. I don't know what, I thought this thing was sealed up really good. I got to find out why it's not, because I don't want this stuff to evaporate. Being it's almost $200 for these 2 bottles, right? But we got a free one coming somehow.